What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ade.
Welcome back. It's your boy Up and it's our brother to the right of me.
It's Javon. Glad to be back, y'all.
And as y'all can see, Ade is finally back. Welcome back, my brother.
Yeah, I'm back.
What is going on?
Back.
Tell us what happened.
It's been a little hiatus. I'm not gonna say exactly what happened to me, but just know I was out for a little bit, and I'm back now. Focusing on my health and stuff. So
yeah. Welcome. People missed you. You feel me? The conversations have missed you, but it's good that you're back, and let's have another good conversation here.
That's a fact.
As y'all already know, our brother Javon, he's been here before. I'm gonna let him just reintroduce himself, talk to y'all, the people at home. Let them know about you, my brother.
Yeah, I'm Javon. These are all my close friends here. I'm just glad to be back on the podcast. A lot of new news going on for me. I'm about to move out of New York, moving to Atlanta, so I'm getting ready for that. And I'm just really happy to have that opportunity to move out the city and start a new life out there. So,
yes, sir.
All the baddies in Atlanta hit my brother.
You already know.
His Instagram gonna be right here. You feel me?
Hey, you will be missed, my brother.
Now for sure,
he had many great episodes on.
Caught a lot of W's. You feel me?
He smoked Bria.
For sure. Oh yeah, don't ever forget about that, Bria. I know you're gonna watch this.
She ducking. She was supposed to be here today, but
you're fronting. We already know you're fronting because you know what I'm gonna do to you again. So don't even bother coming up here regardless. So I just hope you know that.
We love when people challenge each other to conversations. It's all friendly debates. But today, I'm sure you guys all heard about the situation that's happening with Kai. You know, his cameraman, and it's wicked works. Can you explain to us,
for those who don't know, we'll just explain the situation for y'all real quick. So recently, it was found out that Kai Cenat's cameraman, Chris V, I think that's his name.
Something like
whatever.
that.
One of his childhood friends is cameraman that he's been working with, doing content with for a long time. He had he had a situation where a girl came out from, I think this happened in like 2021.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah, so she came out and said that she was talking to him while she was under the age of, well, she was a minor. She was 17.
She was 17, but she lied about her age. She told him she was 19.
She lied. She said she was 19 years old, and then she came out and told him that she lied. And
a couple of days after, they were texting.
And then he ended up saying that. He ended up keep texting her after the whole situation.
Not just regular text.
So now she's exposing him. All the messages is out. I'm sure you guys have seen all the messages. I don't want to read it. It's kind of graphic. But
he was a horny man.
Yes.
You gotta relax. He was a little freaky for no reason, especially after finding out her age. But Vaughn, as you know, as we just told you that situation, one, is sex more like I have the question here, is sex more important than our reputation? And I ask that because this man, he basically jeopardized his whole reputation. He had a good career. I don't know where he saw himself in the future, but he was making good money. He was surrounded by people that were climbing up the ladder of success. And all of that got thrown away because he didn't know how to just stop, basically, after finding out the truth. How do you feel about that?
Man, just got to have discipline nowadays. He knew what he was doing. He knew the choices he was making. So every choice has a consequence. At the end of the day, you just have to know when to stop. You got to know your limits. And it's common sense. To me, it's just really common sense. You got to really know when to, just pull away.
What about you, Ade? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with Javon that you got to know your limits, especially if it's a minor. Like, as soon as, I know she lied in the beginning, but as soon as he found out her age, you got to clip it right then and there.
It's not worth it.
You got, no matter what your career field is, that shit can always come back and bite you in the butt. So
that's a fact.
You gotta stay 10 toes down all the time.
You gotta use your head up here, y'all. Especially the men out there, especially the men that's still young. Y'all gotta be smarter with the decisions you make. Especially if it's decisions that's gonna follow you after for the rest of your life. You won't be able to get into certain career paths. Everywhere you look, your face is plastered on the internet. You just gotta be smarter with the decisions we make. And I feel, especially nowadays, men are more willed to do everything to try to get some ass. Like they're not even trying to be just successful in life. They're just trying to do this to impress the next female. No, not knowing that the next female already got the person she already knows who she's gonna be with at the end of the night. So you spending all this money, you doing all this extra stuff, carrying yourself unnecessary, jeopardizing your future.
Right.
And
doing a lot.
And now we see the results of this. You feel me? It's sad. It's a sad situation.
So, do you think he viewed sex as more important than his reputation? Because obviously he had some stuff going on for him. He probably wasn't as lit as he was back then when the situation happened. But do you think he thinks that sex is more important than his career, his future?
Yeah, if you taking that chance and you know it's gonna ruin your career, you're taking sex to, you're making it more important than a lot of things that should be important in your life. At the end of the day, your career is what got you to where you are right now, but you put it away for some ass at the end of the day. So honestly, it is what it is. You live and learn, but that's gonna stay with you. That's really gonna stay with you for a while now, and you got to deal with it. But you knew what you was doing. That's the problem.
All right, so I'll ask you because now we know. Looking back, we're looking back retrospectively. This was about 3 years ago, give or take, right? So at that time, I'm sure they didn't understand what heights their group would get to. But are we gonna still?
It was still big back then, though.
So we're gonna still penalize him for that decision he made 3 years ago, even though
100%.
like he may have changed now, or like, is it justified that he loses every single opportunity he has?
Even
Maybe
if the thing is, even if he's not lit, like even if he's a nobody, you still should not be talking to anybody
I
under the
agree.
age of 18. So even if you had a career or not, if you're a regular guy on the street, don't talk to nobody that's a minor.
All right, so
It's that simple.
now let me hit you with this because we see this all the time in high school. There's seniors that's 18 talking to sophomores that's 16. What then?
That is, I mean, they're 18. So
That's my point. What then? But
that's,
it's
that's
okay
not
because they're in school. Why?
who's I don't I didn't say it was okay.
I know.
It depends on who thinks it's okay. I didn't say
He said, I didn't say it was okay.
you gotta know who's with it and who's
That's
against
the
it.
truth,
But
yeah.
to me, it's not right. It's not right.
To
Honestly.
cross that line.
Yeah, a lot of people think it depends on the gender. Obviously, if you're a man, you're gonna feel proud of that. You're talking to an older girl,
Yeah.
regardless of your age.
I think females too. They take it like at least when we were in high school.
Senior to freshman though,
Yeah,
that's a little too much because it's like it's not like you're full grown adults as a freshman. You're still going through puberty and stuff like that. You're still growing as a child. So
But we've
it's
seen
like
it though.
we've seen it.
A
We've
lot.
seen it.
It's not like it's kind of like a small occurrence. No, this is
Oh,
very
God.
common that seniors.
We have our brother Zay in the background making faces. If you want to come and say something, you're free to come on the pod.
Brother Zay, you got a question?
Brother
you
Zay,
want
come
to
over
say
here.
or
Take
comment?
my seat real quick. You got something to say
All right.
for the people?
We getting interactive, y'all. We got different opinions. We got swapping. Welcome, my brother Zay.
It was good, y'all. Y'all already know the vibes, man.
Welcome.
Now,
Let the people know what's going on.
Quick comment on that. I don't disagree with them. I was just saying, I know when I was a senior in high school, I was still 17 to the end of the school year. So I feel like if, for me, we just same school, same age group. As long as we both minors, I don't think it's a problem. But
So as soon as you hit 18, even though that was just shorty for 2 years, it's a problem.
at that point, I never been in a situation like that. So that's really situational.
This is all hypothetical, y'all.
Yeah, that's real situational. So I can't really. But what I would say is, if you turn 18 and I would no longer deal with the minor, whatever the case is. That's me.
Respect.
But I would say if you was 17 and you a senior and a girl's freshman, she's 14. I've seen that happen.
Nah, that's wicked. I ain't gonna lie.
I've seen it happen.
14 and 17.
But I'm saying, but I've seen it happen, and it's been
because
we appreciate you, my brother Zay. You guys gonna see him on another episode for sure.
Yeah, so like I was trying to say before, like you in high school, like basically a child at that point.
Oh yeah.
And the legal system says at the age of 18 you could be classified as an adult, send you off to the military and all that. So it's like you're still growing. So that's why from 18 to 14 or even 13, you in high school when you're like 13 years old. Because I was young when I was in. 13, I was like 13 turning 14, and when I left high school I was 17 turning 18. So it's like those ages are like very delicate. So you gotta really be careful with those type of ages. What do you think?
Man, it's a little different when you're in school, but at the same time, it feels weird
talking about outside,
especially having that gap, regardless if you're in school or not. So we're talking about 18, talking to a freshman. That's definitely not going to cut it if I think about it. But if you're talking about 18 with 17,
yeah,
that's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all.
It's not
the person
bad at
could
all,
be turning 18. Y'all could have been in a relationship already, and then y'all just waiting for y'all to match up. So that happens, but we're talking about a bigger gap than that. So 18 and 16, it's kind of close. 18 and 15, definitely not. And below that, hell no, of course.
But where the difference comes in with me is like once you outside of high school and y'all like all grown adults, like past 21, then the age difference, because we've seen some crazy age differences. Jalen Green and what's that girl's name?
Drea.
Mm-hmm. She's old enough to be his mom.
Mm-hmm. They don't care though.
Well, it just depends on like how you feel. Most people don't care, or some people are like, wait, you old enough to be his mom. But as long as you're both consenting adults, it's fully legal. So it's just only when you're under 18 because your mind hasn't fully. You're still a child. Like you're still growing. Like you're going through puberty and stuff like that. So it's like.
You see, in that situation is different though because they both celebrities. If we just looking at like a normal setting, if we walking down the street, we see somebody in their 20s with somebody that's 40 and she pregnant, and we ask, well, "Who's the daddy? You with your son?" No, this is the father. We gonna look at them like, "Yo, you're a sick woman." You feel me? But it's cool with Jalen Green because he a millionaire, he a multi-millionaire. So we already look at him in a different bracket because of his money.
Automatically.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's different.
Me personally, I think we should just let the laws be the laws, and if you're a consenting adult, this is mine because it's not illegal. So people gonna do what they want to do, whether you agree with it or disagree with it.
The reason I say we can't say let the laws be the laws because in the Midwest they say it's okay to have sex with a 14 or 15-year-old.
Whoa!
If their parent consents, that's the facts.
Whoa! What?
I never knew that.
Bro, I never knew that. What do you think the Amish people do? No disrespect to them, respectfully.
That's kind of.
But they marry young. A lot of those people out there marry young. They marry their cousins. It's okay. It happens. But if we're looking at the laws, if you cross the state, we can't just look at stuff from state lines. Because then it gets really dicey there.
The laws that I know different states have consent, like age of consent. Like New York, age of consent is 17, but to be considered an adult, you have to be older than 18. I know in other states it's like I think Atlanta, the age of consent is 16.
The further south you go, the younger it gets.
That's age of consent. Like you still have to be like less than a minor to be dealing with that type of age. Like you can't be freaking over 18, the age of 18 dealing with them. And dealing with the minor and their consent. Like you can't do that.
They do though. That's the thing. It's like but that's my point.
You can't.
Once we start going with like laws and going by state laws, things get dicey.
Like age of consent should be like a 16-year-old. If you're old enough to consent, you should be consenting to another 16-year-old. You should not be consenting to a 40-year-old.
No, I agree.
That shit happens too.
I agree.
We got 16-year-olds talking to people in their 50s.
But
it happens.
Look, this is not even part of the topic. But if we just going to talk about it, let's talk about those men that are in their 50s waiting for those girls to turn 18. Is that not still the same though? As soon as she hit 18,
I mean, it's consenting. If she's 18, she's 18.
It's consenting. Yeah, that's. She's considered an adult at that point. That's the law.
Yeah, at that point.
Whether we view it as disgusting or not, that's what the law is.
It's a dicey game.
It is a dicey
game. That's why I personally mind my business.
It's the same with the Drea and the Jalen Green situation. That's my point.
It is.
Like, it's a little different when money's in the equation. Like you see, Jalen Green's a super athlete, but at the end of the day, it's still weird.
Nah, it's very weird. All of this shit.
The law protects it. Whether you view it as right or wrong is what you deal with in your own life.
Man,
I'm not judging nobody. Maybe I am, but I'm keeping them thoughts to myself.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a judge.
I'm gonna keep them thoughts to myself. But as long as you practicing within the law, I have no problem. I can't have no problem. I'm not gonna arrest you.
I respect your opinion.
I respect everybody.
Let's just say what it is. We gonna judge you. We all judge. Everybody in this world judge. It's okay to judge. Now, if we're gonna tell you the judgment to your face, now you have to respect us, and that's what we're gonna tell you. We're gonna tell you the truth. But just to bring it back, this Chris dude, you feel me? We started off telling you this whole situation. You know that the girl originally lied about her age. So I would ask you guys, is it his fault? Even though he continued it, it all initiated off of her lie. And
she lied. So initially he thought he was okay. He messed up when he kept going with it. But
agreed.
She did lie. If he would have stopped and said, okay, I can't be fucking with you because you're underage, then it would have been all right. He wouldn't have known anything, but he knew what he was getting into. But at the end of the day, women do lie about that a lot.
A lot.
And guys get caught up with it.
If you guys watched that episode with me and Casey, I said it.
Women do lie a lot. You got to be careful. They may look older than they actually are, so you got to be careful with that. But yeah, I might just start checking ID or some shit if I have to. At this point, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna have to do something just to be careful because we getting older. You know, we getting older, so it's something to deal with.
And they won't mind lying to get to that bag, and we see it all the time. What about you, Adi? What you think?
I definitely think ID checks is a must, especially in this generation now with all like the makeup and stuff. Like you can't really tell like who's who. So you got ID checks is a must for sure.
I ain't gonna even
And
lie.
I do think it's Chris V's fault in the situation. Once she told him that she was 17 years old, he should have cut it off straight then and there.
Even if his emotions got involved.
Emotions are not.
Nah, he a sick nigga. He should have just friend zoned her. I ain't gonna lie. Even
that's why you gotta like, because he's a person that has like a great upside. Like he's Kai Cenat's videographer.
Yeah.
You gotta put your future ahead of
the now.
Your feelings. You know.
That's
he put his feelings first, and now he got fired. So.
All right. I agree with y'all. Y'all said some
agree.
facts. All right, so
agree.
Now I would ask you consent versus minor versus societal standards. So I say that from the consent from the 18, you have to be over 18, to being a minor where we see it happen all the time from those that are in the middle ground from 18 to 16, you feel me? Like that are still close, that you can still be in high school, technically in that middle ground, and then societal standards where we look at people that are our parents, for example, that are over the age like you see the age gap between them.
So basically, the question is, which one should you go by? The age of consent, which can vary from state to state. Okay. New York is 17. Yeah. Or versus the law, like what is a minor, what is an adult?
California over 18. I think it's 18 Cali. Right?
We're talking about New York. We're in New York. Or what is a minor from the law? You have to be over 18 to be considered an adult. Or societal standards, like how our parents, or not your parents in specific, but how like how an age gap have like a 10, 20-year age gap. Which one do you go for? Like which one is the most valid to you?
I think the most valid, the most reasonable is the law. Consent? The law, yeah. Being 18 and then you could do what you want to do. Because in the past we've had 15-year-olds have their parents give consent for them to marry somebody.
They still do. They still do.
And they still don't know what they really want. 18, you probably still not gonna really know what you want. At least your brain isn't fully developed. But it's closer to being developed as of having the age of consent thing.
Yeah.
You could be much younger. But when you're 18, it's a little older, and I think that's probably the best choice to go with.
I agree. I say the law. You go by the law.
Man, I'm a taxpayer. I am a law-abiding citizen. So we're gonna follow the law wherever it goes. No, you know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna follow the law in New York because it's 18 and older there for me.
Well, age of consent 17. Law of an adult is 18.
That's what I mean. 18 and older.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about
but I
consent.
think the law and society standards are hand in hand because society standards follows the laws. It's just different age gaps. What do y'all think about that? Like, how do y'all? We kind of talked about it before. How do y'all feel about like a 20-year age gap, 40-year-old talking to a 20-year-old?
I mean, to me, it's weird, but it's legal. So, so you might as well go ahead and do what you want to do. But I do think at the end of the day, it's weird. I don't understand why a 40-year-old man is going to try to go with a 20-year-old. You're not at the same.
Or a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah, or a 40.
I can tell you exactly why they do it. It's because it's easy to mold a person. No, you are molding a person the way you want.
But
or money.
Money. It always comes down to money.
Like the Jalen Green situation.
Yeah, if he didn't have money,
but we don't know. They say it's love, but
possible. That's not even happening.
That's what we say. I don't know. That's
I think very differently. You have the different age rules. There's not much that. I mean, she can learn a lot from you, but still, you don't want to be with somebody that's that mature at that age. You know.
I feel you.
I personally think it's the money. There's no other reason why you would do that.
It is the money, yet.
I don't know. You feel me? I won't just say it's just the money because I hope anybody can find love at any age. I would hope she's pure about her intentions, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's the money. You feel me?
Most of the time, it's gonna be about the money.
I think I seen something online that said like a pastor was dating like an 18. He like married an 18-year-old.
No, it's not. He married an 18-year-old. He married an 18-year-old girl from his congregation.
You see what I was talking about, right?
Yeah, I sent it.
So he's a pastor. He followed a Bible.
No,
what y'all gotta say about that?
He's a sick man. I'm sorry. He is not a man of God. What the hell are we talking about?
At the end of the day, listen, they just people. At the end of the day.
No. He follows the word of God.
No,
he follows the word of God.
No, we're not going to blasphemize God. We're not going to do that. Not at all.
They hypocrites. He's not following what
he's a pastor.
He's not
just because he's a pastor. That don't mean nothing. And the Bible said the wolf was sheep.
Apparently, he don't believe in it. He don't believe in the Bible.
Look, at the end of the day, it's the same as having somebody as a nanny raising a child from when they was a baby, and then when that baby turns 18, they marry that baby. What?
That is some crazy.
It's the same thing. He
said that's the love of his life.
The baby.
He's sick.
Nah, that's kind of.
But I'm saying, but if that's your pastor, that's the
love at
pastor,
first sight.
That means
that's messed up.
Whose first sight? His first sight? Because
I don't know what he's thinking, but let him do it.
Like, come on. Like we gonna move on because that's a whole nother topic. And I don't want to.
I just had to stir the conversation. Yo, all right. So last question. What do y'all think Kai Cenat should do next? So obviously y'all seen him. He went on live stream to explain the whole situation. Mm-hmm. He said he cut off this person. So what do y'all think the proper move should be? Like, should he still talk to him as a friend after, or should he just completely cut him off?
He's going to have to cut him off because it's going to damage Kai's reputation if he has him around. So wherever he goes with this person, they're going to judge Kai just for being with him, or you being with a pedophile, you being with somebody that likes younger girls. That's going to follow him wherever he goes. So he knew he needed to cut him loose and move on from that. Whether he's talking to him on the low, like behind media's standpoints of view, but I don't know.
So that
he don't want to lose that Nike deal.
Yeah, he would lose a lot of endorsements so fast. So he knows what he's doing. He's being smart about it.
So I agree. I think Kai did everything he needed to do. He cut ties publicly with him. You feel me? You saw raw emotion when he was on stream talking about it. He did cry because that's one of his closest friends he's been with for years. You feel me? It's hard. It's a dicey situation because you would hope a person would change. But doing something like that, I have to look at you differently, and I can't be around you because, one, I have young family members, so I don't want you doing that shit around my family members. And two, I don't want to be associated with somebody that is knowingly doing that to multiple women, especially underage women. Now you're a habitual, you feel me, a habitual creep. So I would ask you guys, if this is like a close-ass friend or a very close friend, like from childhood, how do you go about that situation? Would you cut them off completely?
Oh, no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't cut them off completely. But I know if I'm at that high level status, and I know if it would affect me negatively, like being always around you in my clique or our clique, then I would have to cut ties with you in front of the public eye. I would still be cool with you. We still be close, but it is what it is.
Go ahead.
I agree. Yeah. I can't ever be seen in public with you. Like, I'm sorry. You my brother, but I detest everything that you did to get us to this point. Like, that's what I would tell him. Like, No, I'm talking to them like you freaking. But I'll say I detest everything that you've put our relationship through. Like, at this point, not only have you subjected me to humiliation, you humiliated yourself, and you humiliated the way I am perceived throughout this world. So it goes beyond our friendship. It goes to the point of, how can I make money in the future? How can my family be viewed in the future? What do you say, Ade?
I wouldn't cut him off completely, but all business is done after that, because I don't think he didn't really. I mean, as far as we know, I don't think he actually met up with this person and did anything with them.
No, not from what we know.
He was just texting at the end of the day, so I wouldn't cut him off completely for that. But business wise, it's over. That's it.
Yeah, it's over business wise. So, but got to do what's best for you, and you can still be cool with your friend, but you know what you have to do.
But let us know what you guys think at home. I would ask our guests in the background. Y'all got anything y'all want to ask before we head out?
We did skip one question.
Yeah, let us say it.
So should you guys mix your relationships with business, knowing that this was a childhood friend of Kai? Do you mix relationships and business? Is that a good idea?
Business should be separate from relationships. You got to put that at the side sometimes. Like, you can still be cool with somebody aside from the business aspect, but regardless, I've seen business go wrong with family, and you got to understand at the end of the day, they're still family, but with business, you can't get personal with a lot of stuff, like how if they're your homeboy or anything, but that's aside from business.
I think you could, but it depends. Like, you gotta know yourself. What Kai did in this situation, he was shedding tears on stream and everything, but he did the right thing at the end of the day, because this could have been anybody. even if it was a random cameraman, even if it wasn't his friend, the person could have still been, been in the same situation, whether he knew the person from a long time or not.
Yeah.
He handled it correctly. The only way to handle it is cut the person off, fire them, and he did that.
Yeah.
So that's it. There's nothing more you could do from that. You just gotta move accordingly. You can't let your feelings get in the way. And Kai handled everything correctly. He didn't let his feelings get in between his business.
Nah, I agree. I think he can't even be upset because at the end of the day, it is business. And you feel me? Whatever they got going on behind doors, whatever conversation they had, I'm sure Kai was sincere about his feelings to him. But you feel me? When it comes to business, when money's involved, this is not only my money, but it's money that I have planned for my family's future. You got to respect it. And I'm going to do what I have to do to protect that future. And it doesn't matter if you mix friendships with business. You just have to let it be known from the very beginning how this business is going to run.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. But let us know how you guys think. Comment that down below. If you can mix business with friendships, family. I've seen it happen. I've seen the good. I've seen the bad. We're going to conversate. We're going to talk about it. But
y'all got anything else?
Anything in the back?
No.
Nah, you feel me? But it's been your boy up there.
It's been Ade. It's been
another Javon.
You feel me? It's not gonna be the last time. Even if he's in Atlanta, he's still gonna pop up.
Yeah, he's gonna make an appearance for sure to make that happen.
We gonna holla at y'all. It's been your boy up there.
BossTalks out of here.
Peace.
I just hop in the phone, I chill with her eater. She be saying she love me, but I don't believe her. I been counting all this money, coolin' with my feet up. I can't put my trust in bitches, I know she a skeezer. Tell them please don't kill my vibe.